Welcome to this introduction to Home (Body) or The Tall Story. The film lasts about 25 minutes and follows immediately after this introduction. It takes place in contemporary London. Here we meet Hest, a middle-aged black man wearing a winter jacket, a burgundy knitted bobble hat, and striped woolen gloves. He walks around the area, pulling a wheeled shopping trolley behind him. He sometimes turns to address the camera directly. 5 other characters appear, at first in public places as if on CCTV cameras, and later at home. They're shown doing their own version of their journeys home, relaxing and enjoying their hobbies. Paul is a young man with light brown skin, dark curly hair cut short, and a light beard and moustache. He wears a t-shirt and jeans with a loose checked shirt over the top. At home, he sits in an armchair with a bookshelf behind him. Tali also appears to be in her 20s, with shoulder-length curly black hair and an alert face with large dark eyes. She wears black leggings and a black zip-up top. After stretching, she rests on her sofa with her feet up. There are pot plants around the room. Gary is an older white man with short white hair, a neat beard and moustache, and he wears glasses. He wears a burgundy hoodie and dark trousers. He uses a powered wheelchair. At home, he relaxes in a caramel-coloured dressing gown, listening to music on his phone. Curtis is a black man who appears to be in his 40s, with a bald head and neatly trimmed moustache. His bedroom is very tidy, with dark grey walls, a grey and white striped bed cover, and a computer on the desk. Here he lifts weights. Stefan is a young black man with short black hair. He wears a black polo top with white trim, ripped jeans and a padded vest. He has a drum kit set up next to his bed, and the walls of his room are a warm yellow. Text on the screen reads, "A Young Vic Taking Part film." The screen is black. Light breaks in from above. We realise we're inside a wheelie bin as someone looks through the rubbish. He finds a harmonica. Seen from outside the bin, Hest brushes off the harmonica. Images of distant landscapes appear. Waves crash against misty rocks. Cloud covers jagged peaks. A camera swoops over a green hill, a mountain valley under snow. Back on the London street, Hest puts the harmonica to his lips. A train passes over a bridge. The title of the film, Home (Body) or The Tall Story. Hest walks down a street, pulling a wheeled shopping trolley behind him. He faces us.
This isn't a sob story. I know what you were thinking.
Traffic whizzes behind him. The film speeds up as he stands still.
This is a tale of today, tomorrow, of maybe even years, decades, centuries away. This is a tale that might pass you by, catch you dead-eyed, and simply drift away.
He walks into a paved area, seen from above as if from a security camera. The camera zooms in on him. A shot of the camera mounted high on a wall with pigeon-proof spikes all over it. Hest looks up at it. Darkness. Black and white film. Glitches. Multiple screens show CCTV footage of streets.
It's rush hour. Or should I say, rush age. There's lots of traffic and humdrum panic. It's simply the chaos of the day-to-day.
The screens show streets, traffic, a man using a powered wheelchair making his way along the street. Other cameras film people travelling on the tube, heading into blocks of flats, climbing stairs. Some are wearing cloth face masks. There are 5 screens. The images break up into static. They go black. Inside 5 flats, people come home, relax.
This is home. We all know it. That feeling. That place.
Tali has a stretch.
That face.
Paul reads a book. Stefan practices drums.
When you've just snuggled in perfectly to that crook in the
Curtis
chair.
lifts weights. Gary brings home shopping, then listens to music on his phone, head nodding.
Sunk your skin into your duvet.
We move from one flat to another.
And all at once, everything was the same. Until
Each of the 5 looks up from what they're doing, takes off headphones, puts down the phone, gets up. Each one holds a letter.
a letter. What would you do if an envelope came, apparently addressed to you, with no contents, nor no sign nor trace of its origins? Most ignored it. Dash it in the bin. Some used it as scrap. One even ceremoniously conspired to set it on fire. But there was one, in fact, who kept it intact.
Paul tucks the envelope into a drawer. 5 screens show the 5 people getting ready for bed. They yawn, turn out lights.
But then came a call not a single soul could ignore.
Darkness.
The source.
A silvery moon floats in the darkness. The 5 faces appear one after another in dim light. Their eyes are closed. They softly open. They look up, transfixed. Against a grey brick exterior wall, Curtis appears in blue and white striped nightshirt and long white nightcap. He looks at his clothes, puzzled, looks up. Paul comes along, also in striped nightshirt and nightcap. He looks up, rubs his eyes with his knuckles like a child. A third sleepwalker, Stefan in nightshirt and cap, Tali in nightshirt and cap. Gary, in nightshirt and cap, moves along the wall, looks up, his mouth opens. "Wow," he says, "wow." As each person in turn walks forward, transfixed by the light from above, a dark shadow slides over them. They disappear. Darkness.
Hello? Hey?
Marco?
Polo?
Light brightens on the 5 in their nightclothes, in a black void. They look at each other.
Fuck!
This can't be real.
Someone ring the police.
Oh no, where's my phone?
All search pockets.
And that was when they truly knew they had no clue.
Something's not right. I knew it from the moment I got that letter tonight.
Letter?
That's weird. I also got a letter tonight with with nothing in.
Inside.
This has to be a joke.
Yeah, whoever's orchestrating this, I'm telling you now, we're calling the police.
And how do you plan on doing that?
Oh,
Oh,
I need to get back home.
They cover their ears in pain, look round for the source of the sound.
I know this song. It's...
Where's it coming from?
It reminds me of something, but I don't know what.
sounds like the good old days.
it's UB40.
No, it's not.
Bollocks, it's rock.
It's a reggae song. I'm telling you, I've heard it before, man. I know my tunes.
I've got it. It's that bit at the top of a Boosie Junction.
You what?
Brotherhood of Man.
No, it's Brian McKnight.
Nah, it's not soul. It's almost classical.
Yeah, classical soul.
I can't put my finger on it.
Anyone got Shazam?
It reminds me of somewhere long ago.
And so time passed them by, or rather, they tried to pass the time. Make some small talk, break ice.
If you could have any superpower, though, what would it be?
Why are you even asking this right now?
I'm just trying to pass the time.
With nonsense.
I'm sorry. I don't see anyone else trying to help.
Help what?
Help. You know. Do you all just want to just sit here and do nothing while nothing happens and no one comes for us for what could be eternity? Decay? Rot?
All right.
I'm just saying it's an interesting question. Team building exercise?
And we're a team, are we?
I'd like to be able to walk on water. Not so I could be like Jesus, just so when I came to travel, I could literally go anywhere. No border security, no flight money, you know, just go anywhere.
So why wouldn't you choose to fly?
'Cause I want to walk on water.
And what about sharks? What about jellyfish? What about whales? What about all the things in the entire Atlantic Ocean that when they see dark shadows above want to leap and pounce on them, eat them? Ever think about that?
I choose to stop time.
Why? I mean, hasn't time stopped right now? Like, right now, this minute?
I know what I'd choose to get out of this bloody room.
As it approached the small hours when things get tiny, dinky, small, talk began to get tall.
This is Big Brother. That's it. Davina, come for us, please.
And I suppose there's a confession room as well.
Will you shut up? I'm trying to sleep.
And how exactly do you plan on doing that in this quarter-inch of space?
Watch me.
Are we being watched? Is one of you the mole? This is one of those governmental experiments, isn't it? Tuskegee Reloaded, but for the 21st century, but for the working class. They're trying to harvest our organs. Take us off the grid, erase us, pretend we don't even exist. I've read all about this shit. There's this noxious gas that they make in the labs. It kills you very, very, very slowly. So just as you die, they come in and prise you open. Slide a scalpel in your skull. Just when your organs are still as good as new. I've read all about this. Watched videos on YouTube. What?
All I want right now is 4 wings and chips from Morley's.
Morley's by the chippies.
Yeah.
By the post office?
Not possible. None of you from around here.
I live just down the road.
By the little Sainsbury's.
I'm above it.
You lie. None of you from around these bits.
Ain't from these bits. I was born, bred and buttered in these bits. This street. Might as well have the fucking t-shirt.
I was born on this street too.
I don't believe that.
Because you ain't been looking.
Well, neither of you.
At that exact moment, a light bulb went off.
A real light bulb glows in midair.
Literally. Several strangers living side by side, growing up on the same block, the same street that had never even managed to meet.
Oh, that smells so good.
What is it?
It's a coupe. I've not smelt ones like this since I was 8 years old.
A coupie?
A coupe. It's like a pastry filled with beef or pork in pockets, parcels. So tasty.
Ah, you mean a patty.
I said a coupe, therefore meaning I meant a coupe.
Sounds like a pasty.
It would. Look, it's not a pasty, it's not a patty. I've had both, all of them. And I can assure you that a coupe is entirely different. It's made of bulgur wheat, deep fried with meat inside. It's not your typical meat-filled pastry. It's in a league of its own.
Still sounds like a patty.
In the distance, a sliver of light from a door cracked open. They moved towards it.
Wait. You have to wait. This might be a test. A bribe. Remember, they're trying to get into our heads and you're playing right into their hands.
I don't care, I'm hungry.
And one by one, they all went through into the rectangular prism some like to call a kitchen.
They emerge into a professional kitchen, bright light, huge stoves and steel counters on both sides. They all explore, look in cupboards.
So what? So you mean there's nothing in here, nothing cooking?
It was a tease.
Well, there's ingredients, so there's just nothing.
And then he saw it, a miracle of Mother Nature's design, a beacon of culinary hope, a
Banana!
It's plantain.
It's plantain.
It's plantain.
Planting.
Tintain ain't the same.
No, 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 no. There's an important distinction. Mountain, fountain, planting.
Maintain, sustain, plantain. Okay?
All your words are verbs, whereas plantain is a noun.
Whatever. I'm still going to eat it.
You're eating it. Whatever you're cooking or eating's got to be enough to share, right?
And so they cooked, chopped, squeezed, drizzled, sprinkled, ground, marinated, made wine from water,
They dance with pans.
water from wine, drew blood from stones, spent time. At points, it was complete chaos, pandemonium.
But what's it got to do with you?
What now?
If I don't want to nyam pig's guts or eat the inside of a cow, who are you to tell me I'm not getting enough vitamin D?
Yam.
Nyami, a verb, meaning to gnaw, to chew, to eat. Using the sentence, he nyams, she nyams, you nam. We are one nam.
In my day, we only ate the things we killed.
What do you mean in your day? Anyways, I thought you said you grew up on the street, not bloody Shroud, on a farm, suburbia. Well, South London at any rate.
He's chatting rubbish.
What?
What's that got to do with the price of fish? Regardless of whether you're doing the slaughtering or some Tom, Dick or Harry's doing the slaughtering, animals are dying. The earth is heating up and we are all fucked.
Steam rises.
And so the plot, or should I say pot, thickened, and the air grew thick too. Heavy, hot, started to brew. I like to call this part, if you can't take the heat, get the hell out of the...
Kitchen cloth? Anyone seen a kitchen cloth? Come on, help me, guys.
Can't help you now, got bigger fish to fry, mate.
Ease on the oil.
Have you ever fried fish before? Or plantain for that matter? You can't have it sticking to the pan. You have to have it sliding off easy like. Pop, pop, pop.
In life, we know few can handle the heat, and most go running when shit hits the fan. Or should I say, when the oil hits the pan. Cooking is just one of those things. Loads of different ingredients tossed, thrown in to make something marvellous.
Come on, guys, I think it's ready.
Are you sure? I've not cooked with this kind of oven before.
Come on, I think it's ready.
Stefan opens the oven door, looks inside. He climbs right in. Tali follows, her face wondering. They all follow, come through to a long table set with platters of food, wine glasses and candles. They sit, smiling in anticipation. Stefan reaches out a hand to the food.
No!
What?
Something doesn't feel right. Am I the only one who's...
No, something is definitely...
See? Experiments. The lot of us. Big brother, where are you?
Come on, I am starving.
I think we should say a prayer.
I'm not very religious.
Well, neither am I, but, you know, we should acknowledge the moment.
They looked at it, the feast they were about to demolish, foods from far and wide that were about to furnish their insides, from times distant and passed by. Fritters, fish, mash, pie. Time was sitting still, and so were they. So still. In a place apparently unknown, but somehow still deeply known to them. They saw the food and saw that it was good, and proceeded to eat it all up. Let's just say there was a lot to digest.
They serve themselves heaping plates of food and start to eat.
Whoever's running this shebang must be absolutely minted. I mean, look at this place. Probably inherited.
Inherited?
Do you all seriously think that this...
Look, all this talk of inheritance and hoarded wealth is seriously grinding my gears, yeah?
Holding wealth?
Yeah, hoarding it. Having enough money in the bank each month to, well, forget each month, just stashing away loads of cash in the bank, sitting, collecting dust, waiting to be spent. Can you imagine?
I mean, it is his money. He can do what he... I just mean, whoever's got possession of this...
You said...
abode...
He can do whatever he wants with it. At what point did we establish the owner of this is a man?
Guys.
See? There you go again.
She stands.
Guys. Assuming everyone's a man. Am I a guy?
All right, Gloria Steinem.
Gloria who?
Just ignore him.
Who's Gloria Steinem? You millennials.
Sorry?
I'm not a millennial, actually.
You think you know what you're talking about? That you invented politics. You don't even know whose shoulders you're standing on.
Who is Gloria Steinem?
Curtis.
Read a book.
Tali spears some mash and flings it at him. A direct hit to his nightshirt. He pulls off some grapes, flings them at her in retaliation. Paul tosses a grape at Stefan. He throws one back. Handfuls of salad, of cucumber, of falafel are grabbed and chucked. Paul seizes 2 handfuls of white rice and flings it in the air. Everyone joins in. They lob and pitch and splatter the food at each other across the table. The camera jolts and lurches as if it's part of the food fight.
And all at once and much too soon, the bed they made for themselves, or should I say food, was being splattered, scattered everywhere. Holy moly, what a godforsaken mess.
Wait, what are you doing?
Just look. Listen.
Since when did just being with each other, just spending the time, mean being stuck?
Hello?
Paul puts his face close to us, to the screen.
We can hear you, you know.
You can?
Yes!
This wasn't exactly part of the plan. But I know, yes, I know.
Wait,
The picture goes,
what are you doing?
bit by bit,
Stop!
to darkness.
Stop!
Daylight brightens on Paul, at home in his flat. He brushes his teeth, puts on the kettle, bites into a slice of toast, picks up his jacket and keys. Outside a block of flats, the camera pans down to street level. Paul puts on his headphones and strolls along the street. He reaches a park, goes in. He passes Tali. They smile at each other. Further along, he passes Stefan, sitting on a bench. They wave acknowledgement. Paul nods hello to Curtis as he exercises. He passes Gary and gives him a wave. Paul heads out of the park and waits at a bus stop. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out the white envelope from before. He looks at it, looks up and catches the eye of a man with a shopping trolley who stands facing him from across the street. It's Hest. Hest turns to us, and with a smile, he winks. On a black screen, a photo of a smiling older black woman with the text, "In loving memory of Favell, Faye Jones, my grandmother, whose name meant story and who never let anyone leave her house hungry. This tall story is for you." The credits roll. Cast: Curtis Young, Gary Green, Coyote Ajayi, Paul Robert Lepper, Stephen Gordon, Tali Clark. Written by Jasmine Lee-Jones. Directed by Milli Bhatia. Design by Shadesha Greenaway Bailey. Sound design Zana. Movement director Corinne Meredith. Costume supervisor Sarah Hamza. Sound supervisor Kyle McPherson. For T Films, director of photography Dan Patrick Hipkin. Cinematography Adam Kes Hipkin, Dan Patrick Hipkin and Oliver Berry. Edited Adam Kes Hipkin and Joey Juilliard. Production manager Sylvia Darkwa Ohemeng. Assistant director Ashan Gupta and Ben Kwashi. Design assistant Phyllis Egharevpa. Costume technician Alex Kanini Parsons. Production assistant George Mills. Executive producer Shireen Jasmine Phillips. Producer Lucy Deere. Assistant producers Esme Allman and Jamal Alatiz. Special thanks to all staff at Young Vic, Kusha Bibi and Lorraine Lysons, all staff at Thames Reach, and to all the Thames Reach participants that contributed to 2020 from the beginning of the project. And thanks to Suzanne Abachaw. Supported by American Express, Boshier Hinton Foundation, Lambeth Council Arts and Culture at Risk Fund, the Paul Hamlin Foundation, and Southwark Council COVID-19 Community Fund. The logos of the Young Vic and Young Vic Taking Part.